Okay guys, so we're going to start out here by learning about how to find the area of a circle. We found the area of a number of other shapes at this point. Now we just have the circle left. And to find the area of a circle, we're going to need to learn a little bit of new terminology. And one of the first things we need to worry about is the perimeter of the circle. So when we're talking about the perimeter of a circle, what we're going to call that is the circumference. And for right now, all we need to know is that the circumference of a circle is going to equal 2 pi r. 2 pi r. And pi is just a special number or a special holder for 3.14, okay? It's just kind of a shortcut way we say a number that we use a lot in different types of math. And this r is going to be talking about our radius. Now, our radius is the part of the circle that if you start at any point on the outside of the circle, so we're just going to start here, you can go to the middle of the circle, and this distance right here is called our radius. And you can have a radius anywhere in the circle that's going to get you to the outside, okay? Oopsie. Maybe you've got a radius here, anywhere, okay? And that's going to be our radius. Now, if you remember, we always want to get to home base, and that is our area of a rectangle, which is base times height. And you might be wondering right now, how in the world are we going to get this circle to look like that rectangle to find our base times height? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to take this circle and we're going to divide it up. So let's say we're going to use red for this. Let's say we divide it here, we divide it here, and we're going to make sure all of these are equal. So now, we've got all these pieces of our circle here, and if we take them and we were to break them up, and I will try my best here with this drawing. Okay, so we're going to take them and we're going to break them up, and we're going to pretend that all of these are even. I'm going to ignore my art skills here. I'm going to pretend all of these are even, okay? So say that these are all the different pieces of this circle, and we just rearrange them to make kind of this, whoopsie, I'm missing one, kind of this shape that we've got going here. Now, if you look carefully at this and use your imagination a bit, you can see that it kind of looks like our parallelogram. So let's kind of draw. You can see that it kind of makes the shape of a parallelogram. Now, if we were to take these pieces and if we were to cut this circle into even smaller pieces, we could make these slivers smaller and smaller, and eventually you would get something that would get pretty close to a square. Pretty close. Not exactly, but probably as close as you're going to get. So we can even kind of draw that in. We're going to get something like a bunch of little slivers like this. And they would all be even. And they're going to make something that's going to look kind of like a square. So then from there, we can look and we can say, well, we know that the height of this is going to be the same as our radius, okay? So we're going to redraw this down here a little bit. Oopsie, we're not going to use green though. Okay, so we're going to kind of play with our parallelogram down here. And we're going to know that the height here is going to be our radius from our original circle. And we're going to see that our length is going to be pi r. Okay, so that's going to be our length, or what we're going to call our base. Okay, so this is our base. This over here is going to be our height. Okay, so we're going to see that our base is pi r, our height is just r. We get that pi r from talking about our whole circumference. Remember that our whole circumference is 2 pi r. Well, we only have half of our circle down here. The other half's up here to make that length. So this is just going to be pi r. So if we divide 2 pi r in half, we've got 1 pi r up here, 1 pi r down here. And so now we just have 1 pi r down here. Then that's going to give us our area for our circle. Because if we remember, since it's a parallelogram, we can take our base times our height. So our base is pi r times our height is r. And then if we want to simplify this further to make it look even nicer, we're going to get area of a circle is going to equal pi r squared. We just added those, or put those two r's together to get r squared. And you'll end up with your area for a circle. Area of a circle equals pi r squared.